Yes, I was. Actually,
Yeah?
yes. Actually, yes, I was. Yeah, actually, yes.
Hi and welcome to Blossom Talk. I'm Sebastian. I'm an entertainment reporter, and this is my channel where I talk about my good and bad experiences with celebrities. I recently posted an interview I did with Ezra Miller some years ago, which wasn't a great experience, and I was pretty honest about my feelings around that interview. And I saw some of you commented like, "Why didn't you leave the room? And you should have just left." And I remember people said the same thing about my Blake Lively experience. And you know, in those settings, it's kind of difficult. You're sitting there, there's a lot of other people in that room, and you feel that you just want to be professional. And to either talk back or to just leave the interview would feel a little bit, I don't know, demonstrative from my side. I've never done that, and I don't think I ever will do that unless I feel threatened, which I didn't in this situation. I just felt like the whole interview was so sad, and I felt sad for his co-star or for their co-star. I said him instead of they during that video, which was, some people pointed out, was the wrong pronoun. So I'm sorry about that if that offended anyone. I will try to do better. I got some interesting comments from you guys recently, and I thought, okay, I'm going to go through some of them and see if I can answer them the best way I can. So someone wanted to know what I really think about Tom Hardy. The comment is saying, any juice on Tom Hardy? I adore him, but he's notorious for being hard on interviewers. And that's true. He has a bad reputation among journalists. And I think he's one of those people that you know before you interview him that he might be a little challenging. And so I knew. And that's why I was also well prepared to interview him. I knew kind of, you know, that I had to step a little carefully around him. But the interview I did with him was really good, and he was super nice. And I'm just going to show you this little clip where I asked him about working with a Norwegian actor, Kristoffer Joner, and he couldn't remember who he was at first, but then he told me this really funny story.
And you were just acting with a Norwegian actor, Kristoffer Joner? Kristoffer Joner in The Reverend? No?
Yes, I was. Actually,
Yeah?
yes. Actually, yes, I was. Yeah, actually, yes. Yeah. I can't say anything about that. He is lovely. And then we were doing hatchet throwing competitions at the very beginning of the film, about a year ago from now.
Right.
Actually, we just finished, but he was awesome. He could hit a block of wood with a hatchet from about 30 foot, which is a bit awkward.
Yeah.
What was that game?
A tomahawk, like a hatchet. He could throw an axe into a block of wood. It was just a game we were playing. We were learning to be trappers.
What about Dub Smash? Did you do any of that with him?
No, he never did any dub smash, no. Poor bugger got left in a hotel for like 8 months.
Right.
That's terrible.
So I don't have anything bad to say about Tom Hardy, but I know, as you say, that he doesn't have a good reputation. And, you know, us journalists, we always talk amongst each other, so we always know if there's someone we should look out for and be prepared for in a special way. So, for example, if I'm interviewing someone like Christoph Waltz, who I know can be a little challenging to interview as well, I would always prepare for that. So I will have more maybe intellectual questions for him. And so, yeah, I do think about those things. And I know usually what to expect beforehand. And I think most of the time I'm positively surprised while meeting someone. Like Tom Hardy, for example. I was positively surprised by him. I thought he was fun and he's so cute. And yeah, I get it. He's hot. Someone asked me, speaking of pairings, were there any awkward pairings during interviews? Like pairings where the actors were not getting along? What an interesting question. And sometimes, you know, it's hard to see if someone's getting along or not. You can maybe feel kind of the energy in the room. I don't know if you agree with me on this. This is just my way. This is how I analyzed this whole scenario. I did interviews for Avengers a few years ago, and it was with Winston Duke, Anthony Mackie, and Sebastian Stan. And the three of them, it was there was a lot of energy in that room. Okay, I'm going to show you a clip from the beginning of this interview and the way they talked to each other. And you see if you feel like there's some tension going on there.
Wow. Sorry, I studied mechanical engineering, thermodynamics, fluid propulsion when I was in school.
Right after you guys math
Right
degree?
after.
My math degree.
You studied also that film program at Phoenix
Online. Online.
University.
He got a math degree, did you know
Sorry.
No,
Can you
I
state your
didn't.
name and your outlet? I'm
Yes,
sorry.
Kirsty, Norway.
Oh.
Wow.
wonderful
great
name.
country.
Have you been?
No.
No.
You know.
It's a great country, though.
But that's where they make all the cruise ships.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Thirsty Norway.
Okay, so I prepared for these interviews to be a little light and funny. I mean, it is, after all, a superhero movie. I don't take those films that seriously. I mean, it's all make-believe, so... And I was like, oh, can I come up with some interesting questions for a superhero movie that we haven't heard before? You know, how did you find your character? Blah, blah, blah. Like, all those, like, boring questions. I wanted to stay away from all of it. And I was like, how can I come up with a really fun question that I can ask the whole cast? So what I did was I asked,
What did your costume smell like the last day of this shoot?
Why ask that question? I mean, like, why?
I'm
What's
just...
the like? But seriously,
Hard
like,
line. He drew a hard line on that.
No, the
question.
question, the question is, what's your next question?
yeah. What's your next question?
But could you wash them? I mean, are they washable?
They're
Could we
spray
wash
cleanable.
them? No, we didn't wash.
Spray cleanable.
No. No, you want to wear the.
His smelled the worst because he has to do things to get in his costume.
Yeah, I do.
What do you
Yeah.
have to do?
I have to do a lot of things, a lot of
Extraneous
preparing and kind
practice.
of, you know, like
Yeah. Show what you have to do, dog.
Yes.
Show what you have to do.
What do you have
nothing.
to
It's
do?
just
Nah, do the thing. Do the chest thing.
That's
what you
it.
have to do.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
okay, so that was fun. But then things started getting a little awkward. And this is when I felt that there had been things going on in this room before I entered it, and that these guys were they were joking with each other, but I think maybe there were some other, like, they were a little bit annoyed with each other. Okay, I'll show you what happened.
It is.
Did you ever try on each other's costumes?
Nah, they can't fit mine.
Right, because it's too big.
Thighs. So big.
It's that bottom half that's got everybody really
They can't
perplexed.
fit mine.
Too
Oh,
much
man.
room in them
They
thighs.
can't fit mine.
Too big.
It look like MC Hammer pants. Come on.
Anthony never skips leg day,
Nah,
so that's the
never.
problem.
I squat 345, bottom
Every
to the
day.
floor, 10 reps every day. That's how I wake up.
Really?
345 on my shoulders.
That sounds like a superhero.
Listening
to
to
me.
TLC. Don't go chasing waterfall. What you squat to, dog?
Just like that, right? Just
I don't know. I'm asking what you squat to.
Is it the same costume though? But
no, it's
No.
always a different costume. And actually, I've been pretty lucky with my costumes. Now they've given Anthony the same costume now for the last.
First
I
of
believe.
all, costume different every movie.
No, all you got was the little red bird.
No, not true.
Other than that,
My whole situation different, dog. Every
just
movie.
gets more and more
red
chipped.
bird.
No,
Every
not true.
time.
He got
Different colors,
goggles. He got
different
goggles.
everything.
He just got goggles.
What you talking
That's
about?
all.
I even got different
That's
goggles
all.
every movie. I
I
got a
don't know,
costume
it looks a
change every
lot
movie.
same to me.
Yeah.
but does it
They
make
used all the fabric on the pants.
That's it. I'm not trying to brag. My thighs are impressive.
I see that actually. From
Thank
here.
you.
Yes, but his thighs are pretty impressive too.
No,
No.
No.
Boom!
Yeah, that's it.
Check
Which is
these
the
out.
biggest
What are
one.
those?
Nah,
What
nah.
are those?
Your thighs look like hot dog weenies. My
Yeah, you
thighs.
take it there.
Awkward.
That's how many hot dog
Are
weenies do
you
you
good?
look at, sir? Sir. It's reining us back in. What's your next question?
No, he's
Yeah.
just throwing me out of here now, so we had to end it with the thighs. But thank you guys.
Thank
We
you.
had
It's
to end
great
it on
meeting you.
the
Okay, let me know what you think. To me, it looked like Anthony Mackie was getting on the nerves of the two others, but I don't know. As I said, I have no idea what really happened there, if they were just joking, or if it was some truth to that kind of like irritation going on there. And here's another comment. Here's a question. How do you balance any nervousness you might feel at talking with someone with the need to get the job done? Another great question. You know, I get especially nervous when I know that I have a very limited time. Sometimes these interviews are 4 minutes, and I know that I have to deliver, and I know that I got specific questions that I have to ask from an editor, and they want a specific angle, and I know that I need to get that in 4 minutes. That makes me really nervous. And it also makes me nervous when I feel that there is no connection with the person I interview. I think most of the time I feel that there is, but a lot of the times, you know, people are just tired and bored or annoyed or whatever it is, and you don't get any connection with the person, and that makes me nervous. And I am not a person, I mean, I'm better now that I think I've grown out of my shyness a little bit, but I was pretty shy, and I'm from Norway. We're not good at small talk in general. So to me, coming to America, that was a huge change for me, being able to learn, you know, how to communicate in a different way. Here, people talk a lot, and they're very good at small talk, and I'm just not. Another way I deal with my nervousness is that I have these little tricks that I do. I would just squeeze my fingers like that. Sometimes I just really squeeze them when I get nervous, and I also do it to focus. And it's like I kind of trigger some points, like my confidence points. I don't know, it's hard to explain. These situations are really nerve-wracking because you do enter a room, there's so many people in that room, and everyone's staring at you, and there's just so much pressure going on. So I would say it's almost like an outer body experience doing these interviews. For me, at least. Some people, for them, it's completely natural. They just sit down and like, blah, 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 like nothing happened. But for me, it is like an outer body experience. And I think I created this kind of alter ego for myself in those situations where I just step into another person that's super confident and like, oh my God, I'm here and I can talk to anyone and I'm never nervous. It's not true at all. Inside, I am super nervous, but it doesn't show for some reason, because a lot of people are like, you never can see that you're nervous. But trust me, I am. Someone asked me this funny question. Hi, Tashti, how do you deal with those awkward gaps while they're setting up sound, lighting, etc.? Isn't it difficult to not already start asking you prepared questions? Yes. And it all depends on the other person. I've had situations where it was really awkward silence and I'm trying to find something to talk about. I usually start commenting on, you know, how many interviews have you done today? The weather outside, something they're wearing, or, you know. But as you say, you know, it is hard not to start asking them questions. I might say, oh, I watched a movie yesterday, because usually you watch the movie the day before. And I say, oh, I really enjoyed it, blah, 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 if I did. If I didn't enjoy it, I don't say that because I'm such a bad liar. So I can't say I loved a movie if I didn't, because it comes off so wrong. I don't know. I'm the worst liar in the world. I did actually post a video about it. It's on my channel. It says, I think, what happens before cameras are turned on or something like that. I'll leave a link below if you want to watch that. There's a lot of all the stuff going on before the camera starts rolling. Although most of the time they are rolling because I do have the footage. But before they say action, you really start the interview. Sometimes they will have the cameras rolling anyways. So I do have some of those moments. And some of those moments I think are the best, because then the celebrities are their true self. You know, they don't know that they're being filmed, although they do know, but they don't know that that's going to be shown. And I like those moments. Most of the time, I like it best. You will have more of a natural connection with them in that quick moment. Sometimes it's 2 seconds, and sometimes it could be like 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. And then it can get a little awkward. But yes, thank you for that question. And it's another question that is kind of similar to the other one that I said earlier. Can you speak about how you overcame your shyness? I get social anxiety in interview situations. I just haven't been able to shake it. It's like I can't trust myself enough to not say anything stupid. I love that you say stupid things when you're nervous. I think that's really charming, actually. And I think that's what you have to do to overcome shyness, is just embrace it. Because I think some of the most charming people that I know are shy. And I think it's a great trait to actually have, to be shy. I much more prefer shy people than people that are overly confident and show-offs. I mean, I just think shy people are so attractive. So it's uncomfortable in the situation when you're shy, but I think, you know, you can get a lot more out of interviews when you're a little bit shy. And saying stupid things, as long as they're not mean things, I don't think it matters if you say something stupid. I said so many stupid things. I had so many stupid ideas, as you know, and some of those moments when I said stupid things or did stupid things are some of the moments that I really, you know, love. afterwards, looking back, I'm sure that you can find some of those moments that you really enjoyed when you were really shy and said something stupid, because usually those makes really good stories. So I don't know, as I said before, I kind of developed this outer ego that I have when I walk into a situation where I step out of my shyness and into this body of a very confident person who pretends that I'm not nervous. The fact is, in school, I would never put my hand up. I would always sit in the back. If I had to do a presentation, I would always be sick that day. I think I never did a presentation until I was like 16 years old. Even when I went to university to study teaching, I avoided being in front of people having a presentation. That was something I had to deal with when I was a teacher, obviously, because I had to be in front of people all the time. And maybe that cured me for some of it, I don't know. But anyways, bottom line is, I think shyness is super, super attractive. So keep being shy. Anyways, I hope you like this episode and let me know what you think. And please subscribe if you haven't yet. And thanks for coming back if you are already a subscriber. And if you want to push that notification button, you will make sure you never miss an episode of Blossom Talk. So I hope I see you in my next episode. And take care and be nice to each other. Bye.